I got this red anodized braided flexible transmission dipstick. This is a double O-ring type, I guess. It's supposed to go like on the firewall, I guess, and it's flexible. So you could probably do a lot of different things because it's flexible, but I'm not sure about the length. But I got this chrome transmission dipstick, this chrome one right now. I think I traded my buddy some chrome alternator bracket for it or something, but there's no bolt-in spot on the LS engine. The 700R4 has it like on that one bolt, and the LS just doesn't have that one bolt. So it's just floating around there, and I'm not really sure how it's sealing down below. I don't think it's sealed up the greatest down below. So I'm gonna give this one a try. This is a cheap one off of Amazon. First thing I noticed was the handle is loose, so it has a set screw there, and you can tighten it onto here. But first thing I noticed was that set screw is loose, so that's probably not good, I guess. But I can tighten that up, so that's not the end of the world. Has a nice little O-ring seal there, and double O-rings here, and it only has marks on one side. Full add. So I've got the car up on ramps just to make a little bit of room to get underneath in case I need to guide this end, which I'm sure I probably will. I'm going to compare the depth of the dipstick itself and the marks and make sure that I'm happy with all that. I'm not too sure about these aftermarket ones, like that's a chrome aftermarket one, so I'm just gonna make sure that the depths and everything is proper from like a factory GM dipstick, and then I'll just go ahead and put it in, probably lubricate it a little bit here. I think it's just gonna pop in, and the double O-rings here, and that's about it. So it doesn't bolt down with a stiff tube, but it does have this mounting deal here, so you can mount it to your firewall. This dipstick should just pull out. I did put some silicone on it because it was the gasket was leaking for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, it only has one O-ring. There's the silicone that I put on it there. This dipstick was never great, and I had to bend it a little bit to get it. I don't know. Anyway, let's get rid of it. Junk. So I guess we'll have to get this one down in there. This one is flexible, and it's even more flexible without this. So I wanted to compare these two ends here, and I wanted to check if they're the same length, because I'm pretty sure that this end, you can trim this end and put the set screw back, and I think I'm gonna have to do that because it appears to be too long. It has different marks. I'm gonna compare this, like how much it sticks out, where the full mark is compared to the base. The full mark should be like up here, like close to the base. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to trim this wire and put the set screw back on again. It was loose when it came, so I guess it's adjustable. Most people probably wouldn't mess with it, but I'm pretty sure my full mark is not supposed to be down there. Starting to sense some raindrops. I went and checked factory GM one, and I was right. The full mark should not be down here. The full mark should be up in here, closer to the base, like about an inch or less than an inch from the base. So that means I'm gonna have to cut off like exactly an inch. Yeah, maybe even a hair more than that. So I'm gonna cut an inch off this end here because I want my full mark to move. I want my full mark to move, not just make the dipstick shorter. So this end here has a set screw. When it came from the factory, from the package, it was loose. And I guess it comes that way so you can cut it to length, I guess. So I'm going to cut like a solid inch off of here, and I'll mark it, and I'll just put the lid back on, or put the handle back on. Well, she went in easier than I thought. I had to pop it in the O-ring, but it was pretty easy, almost too easy. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. It's got 2 O-rings, but they weren't very tight. They did pop in, but they popped in pretty darn easy. So I'll keep an eye on that and make sure those O-rings are tight enough. They seem to be okay in there. And then I came up here. I unplugged that coil so I could work here, but I had it in the hole down there and everything's okay. So I was just looking for a place to put this. And I think there's a screw right there. And I think it'll line up like kind of nicely. There's already a screw there. So I might go that route like that. So I'll find some place there and I'll just put a screw in it. And I should be able to pull it out on a bit of an angle maybe, I don't know. Got a bunch of like extra wires and junk just that I haven't really tidied up or organized. That's not very good though, is it? It would be okay if this wire was relocated. Perhaps. I might be forced to clean up my wires here a little bit. Might be forced to clean up my act, but that's okay. That's one of the pros. That's one of the good things about it. So I've just got 1 screw in here. I'm using the factory heater box screws, so that way I don't have to drill any holes or anything. And I think it seems okay. It wraps down around sort of away from the exhaust, which is good. It pulls it. This is my first time pulling it out since installing it. So we'll see how difficult it is to put it back in. It seems to have a little kink, maybe from working on it. I was bending it around a little bit, trying to find the best orientation and whatnot. So it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but that might be a good place to start. Just a little bit of a curve is nice, not too much, and that might help with putting it in. It looks like the best way to put it in is through the hood hinges here, which is funny, but let's see how difficult. Oh, look at that! Wow, it went straight in, nice and easy. Oh yeah, looking good. I'm reading full cold, which is okay. I might have lost a little bit of fluid. Actually, I think it was just a little bit low to begin with, so didn't really lose much, but yeah, there she is. I know the lighting is terrible, but Yeah. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. So I just put one screw in it there. It's got a O-ring, which is nice because but the hood seal is pretty good also. Here's the hood seal here, so not too concerned about that, but it does have an O-ring here, so that's all right. Got a package from Amazon, from Amazon.ca. It's amazing. So I've already opened up the first layer from Amazon Prime. It's amazing. Oh, a box inside of a box. I'm pretty sure this is fabricated in China, made in China. Phew. Isn't that weird? Look how weird it is. Look how weird it is. It's only like this big. But it's also that big. So it's pretty slim. Slim Jim. Slim Jim and Bob's your uncle.